What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Bugs' DCS Cruise. For this one, we're going to play with another new airplane because why not? And that's going to be the F-105 Thunderchief. Or the guys that know, the Thud. So the only difference with this one for a FAM flight that we're doing is we are actually carrying live ordnance. Both us and the Phantom. The F-4 is going to be escorting us, so they're going to be right alongside of us for the entire flight. Let's hope it works out the way it's supposed to, but that's the whole goal of it. So I'm not going to really talk too much. Let's unpause, get into it. Let's see if we can get the F-105 set up. I don't know what he's going to do, so if he's going to try and cut in front of us, we're just going to let him go, and then we'll join up with him when we get in the air. So, like I said, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright, so this does use, I believe, the Su-25's platform. So let's see if we can go nice and easy here. What's going on? There we go.
Springfield time. Clear to taxi to runway 27.
Alright, so she steers like the SR-7 one. It's going nice and easy with her. I don't know what this thing's going to do. I don't know what it's capable of doing, so let's just go easy with her. Hopefully the Phantom is following us. No, he's not. Alright, let's get lined up, and then we'll see what the F-4 is going to do. I'll also show you guys the external view of the F-105 before we take off and what we're carrying. Hopefully the Phantom comes up with us, but if she doesn't, then that's okay. We're gonna go give the F-105 a flight anyway. Oh, okay, there she is. Alright, so the Phantom's coming up with us. Perfect. Alright, I'm feeling a little bit better about this one now, guys. Now that the F-4 is taking off with us. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's get a quick external view of what the F-105 looks like. There's the Phantom right behind us. Alright, there's the old Thud. Similar liveries, but we are carrying ordnance. We are flying the family model, so let's see what she could do. This is going to be interesting. We're not going to be dropping the ordnance for this one. That'll be like a future video, but for now, we're gonna go do some good old flying formation style with the F-4. So, without any further ado, guys, let's hit the power. Let's bring the power on, and here we go.
Springfield 5, are you on the clear for takeoff? Springfield 5, you are clear for takeoff.
And of course, we're going to get the flyby view as we're taking off. Just let me get her up in the air first. And I think we just popped our tires. That's not good. Alright, gears up, flaps up. Let's get a flyby.
Ford 1, airborne.
Alright, guys. We're in the air with the F-105. Let's wait for the Phantom to come back up and join up with us. He gave his airborne call, so let's see where he is. Yep, he's in the air. Yep, right behind us. Cool. Alright, so far so good. Not gonna lie. Alright, we're 20 miles away from home. Got our nav set, the F-4, as you guys can see, he's coming up to join up with us. So we're gonna level out. Let him join up with us, and then we'll make our turn. No visual on him. There he is. Alright, let's get away from the buildings. Let's get him up next to us. I don't want him to smack into a building because that's just not going to be cool. So let's get him up, tucked in nice and close. And we'll see how she handles from there. There's the Phantom. Alright, let's just fly this thing steady for now.
Gear down, gear down, gear down, gear down, gear down.
it's the Phantom tucked in with us. It's gonna fly out with the two of us really quick, guys. So mid-level are off. Not bad. Sounds good. Let's bring her upstairs a little bit. How did he get ahead of us? Let's just get a quick F10 SA. Yeah, he blew in front of us. Alright, that works. What a knucklehead. Well, he is doing a fighter sweep mission, so he is doing his job. I'm not gonna lie about that. Alright guys, so let's just rejoin on the Phantom. Take her a little bit more, and then we'll bring her back for a landing. And so far, I like it. I can see a lot of good uses for the F-105, that's for sure. The next video that I fly with the Thunderchief, we will be dropping ordnance, so stay tuned for that one. If you guys don't have the notifications turned on, definitely get those going so you guys know when I put something new up for you guys to check out. It would be much appreciated. And I also do want to take just a quick moment to thank everybody for the immense support so far. We hit 791 subscribers overnight. I am more than grateful for that. Thank you guys so much. I'm really happy you guys enjoy what I'm doing for you guys. Like I always say, please like, comment, subscribe for more. If you guys have something, I'm more than willing to talk to you guys and work with you. So thank you guys so much for the support thus far. Let's keep it going to something amazing. Alright, so we're tucked in right behind the Phantom. Let's go nice and easy with her. I want to see if we can get up pretty much next to her. Guys, I really do see a lot of cool missions coming out of this with the F-4, the F-105, the F-104. And I do also have the F-106. So I can see a lot of cool missions coming forth with this. So definitely stay tuned. Alright, we're flying form with the F-4 Phantom, the F-105 Thunderchief, guys. And these are two totally different flights, so he's not the wingman of mine, so you guys know the AI wingman stay close to you no matter what. He's a totally different flight than I am, so we actually have to work for this one. Just gonna try and get a quick flyby. Ah, not what I wanted. Sorry about that, guys. Let's try and get a quick flyby while we're tight like this. Wow, the F-105 is struggling. Wow. Alright, we gotta give it a little bit more thrust here. Alright, so I'm gonna stop playing with the flyby views, guys, for a little bit. I'm just gonna focus on flying tight with the F-4 right now. Alright, let's see if we can turn ourselves around. Let's see if we get the Phantom tucked back up with us again. And we'll bring her on home. Let's get a little bit of altitude, a little bit of airspeed here. Yep, there he is ahead of us again. He's probably flying the formation swap pattern, so that would make sense why he's going from left to right, or vice versa. Sorry, I'm not saying too much, guys. I'm just focused on flying the jet right now. We're almost back where we gotta be, so we'll just enjoy a little bit of formation flying for a little bit. Let me know what you guys think, and I will chime back in as soon as I need to. Alright guys, so this is pretty much what formation flying is. There's constant corrections on your trim, your throttle, and that's really about it. You don't want to put too much of an input on your pitch and roll axis on your joystick. You just want to use your trim hand switch. That's all I'm flying with right now. So as you see the joystick moving, I'm just using the trimmer hat for this. It's a lot of fine inputs, a lot of finesse, but this is what you get when it happens the right way. You guys can obviously hear me manipulating the throttle back and forth as I need it to keep a decent pace and a distance with them. Like I said, it's a lot of movement no matter which way you look at it. We're getting a little closer, so let's back off just a little bit. We want to keep it tight, but not too tight. This is the kind of practice that you guys need to do if you want to fly and learn how to tank. You got to learn how to fly formation and steady first, and learn how to manipulate the controls. Otherwise, you're just going to get extremely frustrated. And take it from me, been there, done that, same thing. Learn how to fly formation first. See him getting a little bit closer to him, so we're going to try getting right up next to his wing. Alright, here we go, guys. I'm not going to say pretty much anything for this one. I just gotta concentrate on flying the jet. And he came out of throttle. Why would you do that? Alright. Try that again. It's alright. There he is. Alright. Alright, we gotta goose it just a little bit because we are starting to lose altitude. Alright, so the F-105 is heavy, that's for sure. It's most certainly modeled that way. I like it. The Phantom's a hell of a lot more maneuverable than we are, so let's let him keep up with us, not us keep up with him. He's right with us, so I'm not too worried about that. There are no threats in the area, guys, so I'm not really too worried about where the F-4 is right now. But it's just cool having him there to be able to fly formation with him with the F-105. So So I see our landmark for where we're going to come in for our landing break. We got plenty of fuel left for this one. I'll give my final thoughts on the F-105 after we land. Let's just get her on the ground first and then we'll work her in from there. Alright guys, there's Almanut right there, off our 9 o'clock. Let's just roll it around, and then we'll slow it down, drop our flaps, drop our gear, and we'll get ready to land her. Let's see how she does. Alright, there's the Phantom right there. So let's see. When I drop my gear, he should do the same, and you should get the idea that I'm going into land, so we'll see what happens. Throttles back to idle, speed brakes are out. The Phantom's off to my 4 o'clock high. Alright. Just got our flaps down. Gear's coming. Let's just double check our gear, make sure we didn't blow it out. We didn't. Okay, perfect. Don't tell me I just hit the wrong button again. I think I did. I think I just dumped our drogue chute, guys. Not what I wanted to do. But we'll find out. I'm going to take the left side of the runway. If he's going to try and tandem with me, I'll take it. We'll do it. I have no problem with that. I'll take the left side, he'll take the right, and we'll drop him down. Looks like he might. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna do it with me here. He's letting me go in first. I'm gonna take the left side of the runway, so when he comes in, he can take the right side, just like I said. Alright, I was not expecting that. That's cool. Oh, nope. He just punched the throttles. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. What are you doing? Pull up. Easy, dude. Bro. Going around, or yeah, all right, he's going around. Okay. All right, he's going for the go around. Let's get this thing down so that he can come around and land it. She's sinking fast. Jeez. We're down, guys. We did it. Alright, there's our drogue chute. Alright, so I guess whoops, didn't hit the wrong buttons. That's good. So we got our chute out. We're We're slowing down. Let's get our boards in. Let's get our flaps up. And we'll get the chute in a second. Let's just slow down just a little bit more. Let's get this thing off the runway. There we go. Let's get her off the runway. So Phantom is up there at our 2-3 o'clock high. Let's let him come in and land, do his thing. He's got to be low on fuel also. Alright, so my final thoughts on the F-105 mod. I like it. It's a stable mod to fly. The only thing I would work on would be the nose wheel steering on it. Other than that, I can't wait to go drop bombs with this thing and see how she does and what damage she can inflict. That's going to be fun. Like I said before, I see a lot of use in a couple of missions with this thing, especially the throwback ones to like the Vietnam era kind of stuff that I'm trying to put together. So now that I have and understand the potential of the F-105 within DCS, we're going to have fun with this one. Let's taxi over to our parking area, and then we'll shut her down. It's just been nice and easy. The nose wheel is a little finicky, but nothing unmanageable. There's the Phantom up there. And I would also, the other thing I would change with this is if VSN use the A10A characteristics for it, as far as the HUD and displays and whatnot are concerned. Other than that, the nose wheel steering and the HUD, or the flight controls rather, so the SU-25, the A10A would be awesome. Other than that, she's great. She works pretty well. She flies very well. I'll give it that. No complaints on my end. So the Phantom's coming into land now, guys. You can see it's coming in on 2-7. Let's move this thing out of the way so when he comes in, he can do his thing. comes. Shoots out, he's on the ground. What on earth is going on here? Come on, straighten her out. That's what we need, straighten her out. Alright, that's good enough, guys. Not too bad. Let's shut her down. Canopy's open. Not bad looking, not bad sounding. That's that, guys. There's the F-105 shut down. Not bad. So that was a successful flight. For sure. It was fun flying formation with the Phantom like that. The F-105 I highly recommend if you guys want a capable fighter bomber. Like I said, the next one, when I fly the F-105, we're going to be dropping coordinates with it, and we're going to see what damage she can inflict. That was really a fun one. I really enjoyed that. The Vietnam era aircraft are always fun. They're always cool. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe for more. And until the next sortie, strap in, arm up the seat, and keep flying.